Hey guys, in this video we are going to take a look at the official HavocOS 3.7 on our Galaxy JSON 2016. So without wasting more time, let's start. So guys, this is official HavocOS 3.7. So first let's go into settings, into about phone, here into Android version, and you can see Android version 10. This is the HavocOS logo, HavocOS version 3.7. The security patch level is July 5, 2020, the latest, and you can see the kernel version is Ares Kernel, the pre-built one. So guys, you all may get a little bit confused about how can I flash official HavocOS 3.7 even when it's not available. But yeah, it is available, and it is available for all of the devices through the GSI. So GSI is a generic system image which you can flash on any Android device which has Project Treble support. And yes, JSON 2016, the 2019 ending and the 2020 are really great years for Galaxy JSON 2016, although it's not a great year for us humans. But yeah, this device has received 3 treble vendors from 2019 ending. The first one is Project Spaget, then the Project Treble, which is based on Project Spaget, and the new H vendor which I recently made a video on. So if you want to check, you can press here this I button. You will get the link. Sorry for the camera shake. And yeah, so I'm using the Project Treblue, which is a updated version of the Project Spaget, which has a lot of bugs fixed, like the YouTube and all that stuff. The YouTube reboot issue was there on the Project Spaget, but here it is fixed now and it has really less bugs. All the bugs and all the stuff will be explained down below in the description, because the bugs, like some bugs I cannot remember. So all of the bug list is in the down below in the description. And yeah, now let's start with the like a short review or something. Like, we don't have anything to review in here, just I will show you the features, and then we will move to the installation of the official HavocOS 3.7 GSI on a Galaxy JSON 2016. So yeah, let's move towards it. So guys, starting from the home screen, you can see this is the shady launcher, which is the pre-built launcher. On the left side we have the Google feed. Let's go into the settings, and we have home screen and create icon gesture customization. Into home screen we have a lot of stuff like top gradient and all that stuff. The Google feed, you can also disable it. App drawer, we have hidden apps protected. You can like just protect it with password or pin, and I don't know if there is a face unlock option here. Yeah, maybe password or pin. Then here you can say icon labels, multi-line labels. Into grid, we have the grid stuff, the dock icons, columns and rows will be customized here. Into icons, we can do the icon customization, like applying icon packs, disabling this add icon to home screen notification dots, and you have to allow that permission. Then into gestures, we have all the gestures we can do from home screen, which is double tap to sleep, swipe down for notification, and swipe down to clear all, which all are working fine. So double tap to sleep, yeah, swipe down, and this one, like you can just clear all the multiple apps or all apps present in this recent drawer. Now as you can see, the default camera coming with the ROM is the footage camera. And yeah, this is the footage camera too from Play Store. The first one had some, I don't know, like after I installed, the Google Play said it is a harmful app and I accidentally disabled it, and then it was not able to, I was not able to enable it. So yeah, I just installed this from the Play Store, footage 2, and you can install what the Google Camera Go, that will also work on any other device. That's it, these two cameras work, and don't expect a lot of stuff, but this is the one best you get, like for all the features. And also you can try open camera if it works. I haven't tried, but yeah, you can give it a try. Now guys, moving into the settings UI, you can see we get the PH treble settings, which you should not modify. So let's move to the configuration center directly, and we have a lot of customizations here. So let's quickly take a look at all of them. You can see these are the status bar customizations, network, battery, all the stuff, icons and all. You can see 4G icon, roaming indicator, small mobile type icon. Then into quick settings we have the gestures, battery, style. Also the background blur is looking really nice. Also this newly added status bar background, you can see into this app. Let's see, you can see this is how it looks. The background looks blurred here, and the header, where the header was, the quick settings header, the status bar background is transparent and looks really nice. Now you can see a header image. You can also place a header image, but you have to just black, just set it to black and then set it, or it may not like just apply, or maybe the background blur is blocking it. So yeah, some settings are blocking that. Of course, because we have it transparent, then the header is not even visible. And also here you can see tint tiles. If you disable this is how the default it looks. Tint tile, this is how the tint looks, and it looks really nice actually on our AMOLED. Here you can see the customizations of the quick finish style and some footer stuff. And then go into a lock screen. You can see gestures again, then music, and you can see this option, the music artwork blur level. It's really nice and set as default. So the music, the UI, the lock screen UI changes to full blur with only the music tab on. So looks really nice. Then unlocking, we have pocket detection, fingerprint options. You can bypass it, like don't have to input the the pattern, and we don't have fingerprints. So yeah, you can see maybe it will work for a pattern as well, but no idea. Then elements, we have status bar, quick settings, lock icon, and charging info. If you want to disable that all from lock settings, you can do that. And ambient display, we also have the always on display with custom brightness. So you can see this is how it looks on low brightness, which will of course save your battery, and featuring the face unlock working stuff. And then again, just do it with, and I will recommend not use it in high brightness mode for longer time, so use the default mode only. Yeah, that is the fast face unlock again featuring. Then moving into buttons, here we have the navigation bar, and if you want to enable it, you can do it. And you can see the magic, the hardware buttons stop working. But if you want to like save a little space while watching YouTube videos and all, you can just like disable it. And we also have the new gestures, so, and those are working too. See the gesture navigation, you can hide that stuff from here, you can customize it. And you can see this is how you go back via gestures. Now it's the not it's not the best way to use, because there is the home button. It may just get in between your hand while swiping. So yeah, that's not the best option. So we are going back to what we were the default option here into buttons, disable the navigation bar, and we have it back here. Then yeah, the other options like the IMA button space, if you're using nav bar, that will probably hide it. And then we have power menu, and advanced reboot is already enabled, and screen off torch, then swipe like other volume button controls, the home button and all that stuff. You can see you don't have the home button wake up, so that option is missing. Into gestures, we have jumped to camera. Again, the system navigation tab is also visible here. And lift to check phone is been added recently. Then prevent ringing, you can set it to mute no media. So just press, you can see volume and volume up and power, and it will just go to mute, as you can see. That's really nice. Then getting back here, we have swipe to screenshot, and you can see 3-finger screenshot works totally fine. Okay, that was a little bit of glitch, I guess. So yeah, let's move down here into the notifications, and you can see you can just disable this option. It's not you need it. Then flashlight, if you want to blink it for incoming calls, you can enable it, and blink for call waiting too. Then screen edge lighting and all that stuff. You can see heads up ticker and all this miscellaneous stuff here. Then battery saving options, you can see block sensors for some apps like the Google Street apps, Google. Then we have screen, you can see you can round it the screen. If you're using white theme, it will be a good option, otherwise it will be available in some other apps. Then animations, the normal animations are present, all the system and all that animations. We don't have the screen off animation, so that's sad, it's been removed. Miscellaneous, we have all the miscellaneous stuff. You can see charging animation, gaming mode, screenshot type, full or partial. So yeah, set it accordingly. And then about, which had some information about the HavocOS team. And yep, that's it for the customizations of the HavocOS. Now guys, the GSI works really well, and you can see the battery life is also really nice. I don't use this device, it's on idle. You can see 2 days, 2.5 days almost. And yeah, 3% screen off, and here you can see deep sleep 99%, active train only 0.05%. so I don't know maybe how many days this will last, and it says 6 days it will last. That's insane for an USB ROM. Now first thing is, I don't have a SIM card, so that is obviously saving me a lot of battery. So yeah, if you're using a SIM card, still it will get you 2 days for sure, and you can get a 6 to 7 hours of screen on time on USB ROM, and for your like 4-year-old device, so that's really nice. So you can do it. Also about gaming performance, I would suggest if you really want to do games, then just go back to One UI, because AOSP is not that good for games. Battery life is really excellent. Also VOLT doesn't work on AOSP ROMs yet, so yeah, just decide for yourself if you want VOLT, and if you are a Geo user, then sure, you have to go back to One UI. But this is a really nice build, and yeah, Samsung's VOLT stuff, it doesn't work on AOSP ROMs like from like a lot of years. So yeah, it's okay for us. So if you want to really use this, you have to be a normal user, not a VOLT user. So yeah, that's it. Wrapping things up now. All the stuff is really nice. There are some bugs which may take you out, so yeah, those are in the description, so decide for yourself if you want to use. And if you flash any GSI, those bugs will be there, so it should have it should be fixed in the vendor. So yep, that's it for this video. And now let's move to the installation, which is the main part. So yeah, please take a look at the installation properly, because you have to flash only those files, and those particular files, like the magisk, also a particular magisk file, or else your device will not boot. So yeah, let's reboot to the recovery. And you can also power off your device and press this volume up home and power button to reboot. So guys, I'm using the OrangeFox recovery. You can use either OrangeFox or SHRP. The installation remains same, just some UI is here and there, so you can manage that, and you can compare it, the mount and other options too. So here we go. The first thing you have to do is back up your previous data into your computer or laptop. Then you have to just wipe all these partitions. We'll see. Wipe. You may not see vendor partition directly if you have flashed this recovery for the first time, because you can have to create vendor, and maybe it is visible, I don't know. So first you have to is create the vendor, and mine is already there, so that's why it says vendor partition detected. It is already there. Now after flashing this for the first time, if you are flashing the create vendor zip, you have to reboot back into recovery. And all of the links are in the description, so please check them out. Please use those links only, and also the same zip which are being used by me. Do not use any other updated versions. You can use HavocOS GSI, the updated GSIs, but not the OpenGApps and other stuff, because the newer OpenGApps are broken and may not boot. So yeah, just now you have to flash Project Treblue. So let's skip this. Okay, now after flashing the Project Treble, which is the vendor, we have to go back, and you have to flash the HavocOS 3.7 official GSI, as you can see. And you have to download the ARM64A only variant only. So please use the description links down below. Let's skip this too. So guys, the GSI has been flashed successfully. Now let's go back, and here we have OpenGApps too. So to flash OpenGApps properly without any errors, you have to reboot back your device into recovery again. Now using OrangeFox recovery, you have this manage partition option. So you go to the system and resize system. Now go back and flash OpenGApps. Now if you directly flash OpenGApps, the file size, the system file size is not properly calculated after flashing the ROM, and it will fail, because it will show that the installer has detected that the system file size is really less, so it will exit and then it will fail. So you have to do it afterwards. So yeah, just do it like this way. So let's skip this too. So as you can see, the GApps installation is also successful. Now if you want root access, you have to flash magisk 20.3, the PHH version. Only this version is been available, and this will only work. Other versions will give you boot loop or just give you a black screen. So yeah, they won't boot. So this version will work fine. And you can see magisk has been flashed. Oh sorry. Now we can reboot system. I know that was doing the same job, but people will be confused. So yeah, that's why. Now this may like boot loop once, it will just go, black screen again, the JSON 2016 logo, and then it will enter the boot animation. So just wait for it. Also guys, sorry for the noise, there is some work going on here, I don't know what, but yeah, the voice is coming, so sorry for that. And now the HavocOS boot animation should appear. Obviously the installation is processed well because I am using the same installation, and yeah, it may take a few seconds to show the boot animation, so do not panic. And yes, here we are, the boot animations here, and it may boot in a minute or two. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope you guys have liked this video, and if you have, you have to press the like button, nothing else. If not, then the dislike button, that will be a feedback for me. And also any type of feedback, opinions, or if you want help regarding this video, you have to press the you have to go into the comment section and you can type any stuff about it. And yeah, what do you feel about the comments, and if you want to you want some help, then you can just comment down below. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, you can also press the subscribe button if you want such more videos on the JSON 2016. And yeah, bye bye, stay at your home, stay safe please guys. This it's getting really worse, I don't know, day by day. My area is also getting containment zone, so it's really a bad. All of my surrounding buildings are in containment zone. Just leaving my society, I don't know, just one member was here. So guys, please 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 stay at your home and take care of yourself. And yeah, bye bye, I won't say anything else here. Bye bye.